All right, squad, you already know what time it is. It's that classic end of the season. My Giants, of course, we did nothing that we needed to do to be a relevant team. We went 4-13 this year. Basically, we're going to be a bottom feeder. We have the opportunity to have the #1 pick in the draft, but as we did last year, you know, we just can't handle that. So we won week 17's game against the Raiders, and then we closed out the season week 18 by beating the Cowboys. And by virtue of those 2 wins and in the rest of the league, that means we end up with the 5th pick in the draft. And I'm cool with that. Listen, we already think we have a QB for the future, so we're not going to stress over not having the #1 pick. We're going to take the picks we had and try to make them into viable players for the squad. Look what happened to us. We ended up firing our head coach during the season. Brian Dable got axed. We elevated offensive coordinator Mike Kafka. He ain't going to be that guy. And if you don't believe me, all you had to do was watch the Hard Knocks in-season NFC East. Incredible series. Let's just break it down to you. You started Philadelphia Eagles. They have a coach in Nick Sirianni. Cat is funny, got a little sarcasm, a little swagger to him. Like that guy. Washington, they were a game away from the Super Bowl last year, and their coach, the incredible Mr. Dan Quinn, I'm not talking about the collapse he had with the Falcons when the Patriots came back and stomped him in the Super Bowl. But you can see he was a little shell-shocked going from a game away to losing his starting quarterback to also becoming a bottom feeder. But you still feel him. You feel his passion and his message. And then right now, quite frankly, the coach that's got it made in the NFC East is the Dallas Cowboys. They got Brian Shoddy. And Coach Shoddy, every time you see him, the enthusiasm, the energy, the way he talks to the players, the fact that he's an offensive coordinator, and the way he can develop and design schemes and plays for the lethal offense he has, just makes that team very interesting, not to mention Uncle Jerry back there pulling the strings. But our guy, when you watch him in that series, nothing about him stands out. He's kind of dull, a little boring. Yeah, what makes you want to play for that man? Nothing. You know, the team did it for themselves. If you always play it first, you play for the name that is on the front of the jersey. But your pride kicks in and you'll play for the name that's on the back of the jersey. And that's what kept them boys playing. It wasn't coach. So he'll be out of here as we go work on our new coach. But as I said, the reason we do this video is the changing of the flag. Time to take out my Giants flag for the season. Yeah, man. A little heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Yeah, buddy. All right. It's my giant flag. Breaks your heart. All you want is your team to be viable, give you a shot at something to believe in. And over these last 10 years, we've been shit. But I haven't totally given up on our squad, because the flag we will fly will show you all my sports teams. Okay, look at that. We start over here. Got the New Jersey Devils. We got the Brooklyn Nets, New York Yankees, and then we close out with the Giants. Okay, so they'll be represented, but they won't be represented as the solo act that they were. Because my God, they have broke my heart. They have broken my heart. So here we go. All this metal, it's ice cold. All right, get that length we want. Make sure we get it on there proper like. So it'll stretch out and fly. I like that. Yep, let's tighten this bad boy up. there we go. Tighten it up. Just get it out there. Okay, I have a little set screw that goes in there so the thing don't fly away and go down the block. That happened to me once where it fell down. So we had to solve that problem. I'm not trying to find the hole. All right, there you have it. The end of the Giants season ended yesterday. That would have been January 4th, I believe that was. So here we are Monday, January 5th, start of a brand new year, 2026. Hope you and your families have a blessed and wonderful new year. And we'll be all set when the season rolls around again, September, to come back and do what we do. A little sidebar note, we watched that game down around exit 5 in that Willingboro, Edgewater Park area, and we went to a place called the 45th Street Pub, and I can't tell you how sickening it was to sit in there. First, the building is eagle green, so you already know what's happening. Building's eagle green, then they got a flag flying over the door that says, "Welcome to Eagle Country," and the Giants game was at 1 o'clock. So they had the music in there. We were jamming, eating, having a good time, fellowshipping with the squad. As soon as the Eagle game came at 4:30, they shut the music off and they put that damn Eagles game on. And we had to sit there and suffer through the Eagles game with all these Eagle fans in there acting like they win the Super Bowl. You know, I like the Eagles fans when they were losers and they didn't win anything. Now, I always said the Cowboys fans are the worst fans, but these Eagle fans are now becoming a close second because now that they got a taste of winning, they don't know how to act. It's my PSA for you. Brother AJ out, New York Giants flag swapped out. See you in September. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Gotta go.